Well, hello everyone, Cliff Ravenscraft here, and I am doing a test live stream here on, well, I guess I'm on, where am I? Am I on Facebook? I should be on YouTube, and I should be on LinkedIn today. It says click here when let's see, for live stream info, viewer counts, and more. Okay, well, let me click there and see what's going on. By the way, I'm just doing a test stream here today. I am looking for people to volunteer if there's anybody out there watching to send me a chat. Hopefully, I'm able to see comments from Facebook, LinkedIn, and also, what do you call that? Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, my main platform for video production. Anyway, I see that there is one YouTube viewer. This is something that I don't know that I actually saw before when I was doing StreamYard. It didn't tell me how many people were viewing per source. So there's one YouTube viewer. Hello to you. If you would like to post a comment, it would be very helpful to me to test out my live stream here today. I have been using StreamYard for more than a year, and I have found some limitations. Oh, there we go. It's Matt Heaps. So how do I show his comment? So show last comment, and it says, Cliff, this is Matt Heaps. I see you on YouTube. So I'm taking a look here, and I'm wondering, can I move where comments show up? So I can. I like that. Although I wonder if I switch over to another thing. Okay, so, cool. So it shows there, but it doesn't show there. I like that. Well, Matt, thank you so much for, number one, tuning in. And number two, thank you so much for sharing a comment. And I do love the fact that I can actually move this around. And if I'm going to do a solo show, I could turn off my lower third. And I could, okay, so this is automatically one thing I like a lot more than StreamYard. StreamYard, I had no control over where comments show up and where they don't. So I have a little button here. It says hide comment. And then it says, and then this one says add last comment. So there's the last comment. And then I can hide last comment. This is just buttons on my StreamYard. Stream Deck is what I should say. Let me see here real quickly if I can pull back up here. So now we have two people who are streaming live on YouTube. So I now know that Matt Heaps is out there tuning in. I would love to know who the second person streaming on YouTube is. So if you wouldn't mind leaving me a comment and just saying hello, that would be awesome. And just testing out the Ecamm Live software. And as we go here, I'm wondering if anybody'd like to try to join me live. I have the ability to bring on some folks live and do kind of like interviews side-by-side style, and I'd like to test that out if anybody happens to be streaming or out there browsing around and wants to join me. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to now speak to those who are watching the replay. And by the way, I know that I'm not looking at you. I guess I could probably do this and it would at least appear that I'm looking at you. So I can switch over to that screen, or I could come over to this screen. But primarily when I'm doing live streaming, this is this is the view that I would typically do. Amazing. Okay, so it's DJ Scoob is out there. Hello, DJ Scoob. Glad to see you there. Oh, by the way, here's his comment. So the amazing DJ Scoob. Hi, Cliff. Thank you. Good to see you here. I noticed that, I wonder, can you change the look of this so that it actually has a little bit of a background? And I see that you can. Oh, what? Ooh, I can make it smaller or bigger. Oh, okay, so that's right there is text margin. And I can do border width, text box. I can do background color. Text box is, what is that, Shriek? I don't even know what that means. So let's see what that one looks like. Yeah, I don't even know that actually did anything different. By the way, I am just playing around. Let's see here. You're going good on LinkedIn. Awesome. So DJ Scoop, can you do me a favor since you're hanging out? Can you put a comment in LinkedIn? I haven't seen a LinkedIn comment pop in here yet. By the way, there is his comment right there. So that's what I had just read. I do like the fact that all I have to do is press a button and it's automatically going to show me the most recent comment. And I would imagine that I can go in here and choose. Can I go in and choose? Yeah. Oh, I could choose random things. So, okay. So if I hit hide comment. Okay. So DJ Scoop says yes, but that's coming through on YouTube. So I think he's probably saying yes. He's going to go try out LinkedIn. So I really, really appreciate that. I love it when people are willing to help you out, test out something here. So again, I'm playing with, so there's a size thing here too. So I can actually make this smaller or bigger. Oh, okay. So that's actually making the logo smaller or bigger. I kind of like that. That's pretty cool to see that I can do that. All right. Amazing. And let's see here. So far, everything is good. I want to see, is there any way more? Okay, color text, opacity, blended mode, transition, color shadow. I want the background of this text. Okay, that says color. And so is there, okay, so here's that. And is that got an opacity? Okay, so opacity is, there we go. So I can change that opacity so it makes it easier to read, kind of like that. Very good, very good. Now, I wonder, will that change the opacity for all of my things? So if I hit hide comment, and how do I actually show a different comment? Oh, there we go. I think that did. Okay, now I see how to add individual comments on here. And with the overlay, okay, so that is there. And if I wanted to, I could probably bring these into the middle. So right there is dead center. So if I hit hide comment, can I now, okay, so that's going to pull that there. And that's going to put that there, and that's going to put that there. So that is working. Test, 1, 2, 3. I do like this so far. One of the reasons, by the way, if anybody's interested, one of the reasons I am using Ecamm is because before, when I was doing a side-by-side with Stephanie, let me hide my comments now, and I'm going to wait for, I think DJ Scoop's going to try over at LinkedIn. And chances are maybe he's already over at LinkedIn and trying to leave me a comment, and the comments aren't coming through, so I don't know. And also, is there anybody watching from Facebook yet? So, yes, we do have one viewer on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, please, so it says, let's see here. Amazing DJ Scoop says, how else can I help? So, okay, here we go. By the way, DJ Scoop, I didn't get anything from LinkedIn. So did you try to leave a LinkedIn comment? And that may help me confirm whether or not LinkedIn comments are coming through. However, I will say that Jonathan Slater is watching on Facebook. And thank you so much, Jonathan, for letting me know that Facebook comments are working. That is wonderful. And then also we got Michael Salazar is saying Facebook is working as well. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate that. And let's see here. I think I haven't missed any comments. I do like to see these comments coming in and how they're coming in on this platform. And then, okay, so this would be DJ Scoop says, yes, I tried LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is not working. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to go to LinkedIn. And why did that just pull up? There's like all sorts of versions of my thing here. I wonder if I can close. What is that window? I'm going to close that. There we go. I'm going to pull up on LinkedIn and see what happens when I'm broadcasting live here. So if I scroll down, am I showing in my feed at all anywhere? And it's probably not since it's me. However, I'm going to go to my profile. And there I am on my profile. It says click here to join live. So I'm going to click that. Okay, it's playing in the background. I'm going to hit mute so that I don't hear anything. Okay, so I do see on LinkedIn, I see DJ Scoob's test. This is my own test comment. And sure enough, that is not coming through. So let's see here. Jeff England says here on Facebook as well. Hello, Jeff. Glad to have you here. Thank you for chiming in. It's very helpful. Let's see here. DJ Scoob says, do you want me to come on with you? Yes, I would. So DJ Scoob, send me an email, cliff@cliffravenscraft.com, and I will email you a reply with a link to join me live. That would be awesome. So thank you for that. Okay, so that is a little disconcerting to know that if I'm moving over to Ecamm, I may be missing out on LinkedIn comments, because on StreamYard, I was getting those comments, but they are not coming through from LinkedIn into Ecamm Live. All right, next, I need my interview panel, and DJ Scoob's going to send me an email. So as soon as he sends me an email, I will send him a link to join me live. Why does that keep pulling up? That's weird. All right, so Ecamm Live interview, copy this link. And I'm going to just do DJ. Do I have DJ Scoob in here? I don't. Okay. Now, the thing is DJ Scoob, there's obviously a delay. If you guys are not familiar with live streaming, there is almost always a delay of 20 seconds. Okay, so Jesse is here, and let's see here. I'm going to hit paste and hit send. Okay, so I should be getting a call any minute now from Jesse. All right, so I'm just waiting for that call to come in. I just emailed that link. Interview is on. Comments are working. YouTube comments, Facebook comments, both of those are working, and LinkedIn comments are not. So I'm going to write down notes on things to call, like to work with support on this. So number 1, LinkedIn comments not working. All right. One thing I do like, okay, here comes DJ. So guest in green room. So how do I pull the guest out of the green room? All right, so bear with me. I've got to figure out how to do this. So let me see if I pull you up this way. And I might actually be able to assign you a source. So let's see here. You're going to be assigned to guest 1. Jesse, how are you?
Hey, Cliff, it's good to see you again. It's been quite some time.
It has been some time. How's this thing look on your end, like as a guest?
So, as a guest, there's quite a delay actually between what I say. I can see my mouth moving and that kind of thing, and it's weird.
So that's what I heard somebody else say, that was a little bit of an issue. So you're telling me that when you're seeing yourself, there's a significant delay.
Yeah, there's like maybe a half second or more delay before I see my mouth move and what I say.
Gotcha. Okay, so I understand. So I think there's something in here for me to change what it is that you see as a guest. And I saw that somewhere. So here's this. Show view count, show comments. Guest link domain, turn off audio processing title. I don't think any of that. Um, hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like any of that would be part of it. I also have Stephanie Ravenscraft under where my name would normally be. I don't know if you
Yeah.
did that on purpose or not.
Yeah, that's on purpose. That was because
Okay.
this is what I'm doing is I'm testing out what this will be like for Stephanie and I on
Oh, that's me.
yeah.
Okay.
There you are. Hello. All right. So, yeah, oh, so basically what you're actually seeing what what I've got on the screen, correct?
Yes. So I see you flipping back and forth.
So if I did
Yeah.
this, you would not see the delay. It wouldn't be as distracting. Is that correct?
Yeah, because I don't see myself talking, so I can't see the delay happening.
All right. So here's my question, or it's not my question. It's like, how do I do it? So let me
Right.
see if I can figure out where the options are for interview. So options.
Now, there's a while I'm looking at this, while you're looking at that, there's a little picture of me where I would have been in the green room, and that's actually right on the money. That's me talking. I can see me talking. But by the time it gets up to here,
Yep.
where I see you with me, that's when the delay happened.
Yeah, and I think I know this can be solved. At least I believe this can be solved. And see, so what's happening is I'm playing for you what is being broadcast out. And of course, that's got that delay from you to me and then me back to you. And that's why you're seeing that delay. However, if I'm not mistaken, I can actually tell it to show you only me or only yourself. So I just need to figure out where that is. All right, so Ecamm Live, there's no preferences. Oh, there is a preferences pane. Okay, here it is. Okay, interview. Play ring chime. Play auto answer guests. Oh, I saw somebody walk behind you, and I'm like,
Oh, I'm at work.
let's see here. All right. Okay, guest view broadcast. Host camera. Now, did that change?
Okay, so that's just you.
Okay. So I think those are the only two options I have. Yep. So now you're just seeing me, correct?
Yeah, I could see you, but I could see also my little picture of what I would have looked like while I was in the green room, and that's right on the money. So this is a lot easier for me to deal with than that delay.
Yes, that's good to hear. So now when I just did that, you don't see a lower third at all that was just added.
No,
Okay. And when I switch just to you, you don't see anything different. You still see just me.
correct.
Awesome. And then when I do that, you still see nothing is changing for you whatsoever. Is that correct?
No, the only thing that's changing if you change your camera, but there's no change in like me being in there. It's just you on all the screens.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so this is me waving directly at my webcam, and I'm gonna.
Okay, but
And now I'm waving at my webcam, but I'm actually got the regular cam on. Did you see a difference between those two?
so no.
Okay. So am I pointing straight at you now?
Yes.
Okay. And am I pointing straight at you right now?
Yes.
Okay. So the only thing you're seeing is what's called host camera, and host camera is sent to my teleprompter camera. So that's good to hear. All right. So now you said there's a little tiny thumbnail. Are you able to change that thumbnail on your end? Are you able to click on it, see it fuller view? Is there any options on your end to play with that?
Yeah, actually, I could click it to where it's just me. I could
Yep.
flip us out where you're on the bottom and I'm big on the top, and the timing is perfect.
Good.
So that's good. Let's see what the setting.
I
The
think you.
Bluetooth headset, which is what I'm wearing, and my camera. Yeah. So I could flip us out where you go to the smaller one and I'm on the big one, and then
Yep.
the timing on that's right on, and then I could flip you back to where you are, where you're featured on my phone. But it
Gotcha.
doesn't change anything for you.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. So we solved the delay issue. All I had to do is put guest view to host camera instead of broadcast. Perfect.
Sounds right to me.
So if I were to be interviewing you for a live stream and you were co-hosting something with me, this right here would work just great for you, right?
Yeah, because it's just you, so I'm concentrating on just you and what you're saying. That's all I see is you.
Gotcha. I wonder what it would be like if there were like 2 or 3 other guests, and I wonder if you'd still, because it says host camera, so you would still only see me. I think. Interesting.
Yeah, we'd have to
Anyway,
get one more person on here to see if we can try it out. I don't know.
well, it says host camera, so I'm either sending you. So let me look at that option again. So if I go over here, I'm pretty sure there wasn't any other options. So yeah, there's broadcast or host camera. And it even says here, it says interview guests can either see the broadcast or the host camera. And the host camera is obviously the option to
So I
go with.
wonder. So I wonder if it would flip like in Zoom when you have not gallery but the speaker, and if it would flip to whoever is talking back and forth, so I could see whoever's speaking. I wonder if it'd be like that.
I don't think that it would, but if anybody else is interested in joining us and helping us try this out, although I think there's only 2 other viewers right now, so not a lot of folks on here the day after Thanksgiving. And you're at work today, you said?
Yeah, I'm on my lunch break, so you caught me at the perfect time.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you for helping me. I really appreciate this. Although it is disconcerting to know that for some reason I'm not going to be able to potentially not be able to get LinkedIn comments because
That was the problem for me on Restream too, where when I was going on other people's Restream, they couldn't get comments from LinkedIn.
yeah. That's weird. So every time I pull up here, oh, here's something that I'd love to know is if I switch over to a screen share. Now,
Okay,
okay, so I want to do that on this screen here. So, are you seeing my screen share at all?
I am not.
Okay. So, okay. That answers that question. So, turn that off. Okay, so if I am going to do something co-hosted live, I'd have to show them the broadcast if I want them to be able to see the screen share. And that would actually
Hmm.
come with the delay. Interesting. Anyway, these are things worth playing around with. But at least this has given me some indication as to what I can and cannot do so far. It was a great first test of Ecamm. I will see if I can inquire about the LinkedIn. And the one thing that I've got going on here is I have my teleprompter, which is right here. And if I can train myself to stay on the teleprompter, the only thing is there's a version of what I'm seeing in the teleprompter all the way to my right, but it's mirrored. And then I have it all the way to my left. So it's very easy for me to get distracted and look over here, and especially since I was looking on all these things. But once I have things figured out, it's kind of like, so I could be talking like this, and then I could come over here, and of course Jesse could be on the screen just by himself, and then I could do side by side. I could have lower thirds, and I could turn lower thirds off, and I can actually get to the place where that's muscle memory for me to do all of that while just looking straight here at this screen. I can always show the most recent comment. Now that's the other thing is because I'm not showing you the broadcast, excuse me, you're not seeing the comment either, right? Yeah.
I am not.
Okay. So I'm going to ask, let's see here. So I'm going to ask some of my friends. So ask about interview host video versus broadcast, and this is equals delay equals no live content. I'll know what that means. Alrighty. And Jesse, you're able to hear me okay, correct?
Oh, definitely yes.
All right, and then one more thing to try. I'm gonna switch over to a little video. Okay, number one, you probably didn't see the video countdown timer.
No.
Did you hear the music at all?
Yes.
Okay, so the music came through just as normal as I'm coming through, but you did not see the video countdown timer.
Correct.
Okay, that's good to know. Alrighty, well, I think that's it, my friend. You have helped me confirm that my scenes are set up here so that I can play with that, and I'll be able to bring Stephanie up on our live stream tomorrow with our lower thirds, and she just won't be able to see any of the switching that I'm doing, which is perfectly fine. It'll probably be good for some hosts to not know that I've got them full screen, just them on the screen by themselves. That might be very helpful. But it's not going to be helpful if I want to do a screen share or show comments on the screen and have them also see those comments. So those are things to be thinking about. Also, the fact that LinkedIn comments may not show. But yeah, anyway. Jesse, thank you so much, my friend. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. I actually made the whole meal for my family this year. I was happy to do it. It was amazing. And all cleaned out really good.
That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for helping me test this out today. It's been a true gift and an honor. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I could help, Cliff. Take care of yourself.
All right. Have a good one. All right. So I
Bye.
am going to try to attempt. Okay. So he just hung up. So that immediately drops him out. And here I am back, switched over to just myself. Yeah. I think this might work. It will take some adjusting. So here's the thing. There are things I can do on StreamYard, such as have my guest see everything that's being broadcast live while it's happening and all this other stuff. And they're able to see the screen share as it's happening. They're able to see all that stuff with no delay of their own voice. But if I do, and also on StreamYard, I'm able to bring in LinkedIn comments. One of the reasons why I chose not to stay with StreamYard potentially is because of the fact that I was doing my streams like this, and I had, myself over here and Stephanie would be over here, and I'd have this lower third. But if I ever went to here, it would still have that same lower third. It would have Cliff and Stephanie. I couldn't actually find a way in StreamYard to assign a lower third just to a specific scene. Although, now that I think of it, I'm wondering if I can. I don't think that I can, though. I'm pretty sure that the lower thirds go over the entire video overlay. And that's one of the things, because I wanted to be able to have this here and then have this here and then have that there. So you can see when Stephanie and I are both on, it's got our lower thirds. And when I go straight to Stephanie by herself, it's got her lower third. And if it's got me, it's got my lower third. And I do like the fact that in Ecamm, I can easily turn these lower thirds off and turn them on without going all the way over to a tab and all this other stuff. So StreamYard had some major limitations that I wasn't able to perform well. And as far as I know, I wasn't able to have the integration with my Stream Deck. The Stream Deck gives me the option to do a lot of things much more easily. I do love the fact that I can actually put a comment on here and I can change where it shows up. And the other thing that I love about this is that with Ecamm, so the way that I'm doing Ecamm right now, I am looking into a teleprompter. And the teleprompter is a relatively small teleprompter. I think that's probably about 12 inches. That might be, no, it's, 12, 14, something like that. But anyway, it's a teleprompter that when I was using StreamYard, I could put my browser window, and that's exactly what I had to do. I had to put the whole browser window there. There was no pop out or anything like that of the preview of what's being broadcast, just to put that on my teleprompter window. And there was no way in StreamYard software to reverse the image. And so I was seeing everything mirrored in my teleprompter. Now I could get a special teleprompter monitor that would reverse it, I just haven't. Well, I used to have one. It burned out, and now I'm using a different monitor. But anyway, the Ecamm software allows me to see right here. I can actually read Podcast Answer Man like that, and I can hit here, show most recent comment. Amazing DJ Scoop says, glad to help, Cliff. And I'm able to read that right here on the teleprompter. And I'd probably be able to read it better even if I actually wore my glasses or put my contacts in. Yeah, so I'm able to read that here, whereas if I was relying on StreamYard, I'd have to look down here to see it over here because it would be reversed. Now it's the other way around because I have a monitor to my right, and I have my teleprompter monitor, and those two are running off the same HDMI. So I have an HDMI, and it's a splitter, and so I'm able to see everything here, and it's reversed over here where the other way with StreamYard, it's reversed the other way around. All right, so hide comments. There we go. I forget, what does add marker do? So it says marker added, and I can't remember exactly what that says it does in the software, but I just added a marker just in case. I'm gonna add I probably okay. Note to self. Actually, I'm gonna do it now because if I don't do it now, I will forget to do this. So I'm going to configure my Stream Deck, and I'm going to take that marker button, and I'm going to put it up here where, let's see here. You know what? I'm going to put it down here, and I'm getting it further away from the end stream because I don't want to accidentally end the stream on you guys. Let's see. Is anybody watching at this point? So, yes, so there are 7 live streamers. And if you're streaming live on LinkedIn, just so you know, I'm not able to see any comments that you're putting. But if anybody is watching on Facebook right now and or YouTube, feel free to write a comment. I'd love to engage with you before I end this test stream of the Ecamm software. I'm just playing around. I'm kind of just enjoying the way that it's working there. Now that I've put that out there, all you have to do is put a comment in YouTube or put a comment in Facebook, and then I'll get notified. And so let's see here. Greg says, which do you like better so far? So I would say I have a lot more familiarity with StreamYard, and so there's a part of me that would be tempted to tell you that I like StreamYard better just because I've used it for over a year. I've done probably 50, 60 live streams over the past year, maybe even more. If you look at my YouTube channel, you could see under my live stream how many I've done. But I'm just incredibly familiar with it, and it certainly works, and it has minor limitations, but it's familiarity that causes me to say I kind of like that. Here on Ecamm, I'm playing in new territory, new waters, and obviously things that I once had that are now taken away, those can be challenging. So for example, one of the things that is potentially taken away from me is the fact that I cannot see LinkedIn comments, and that I don't like. So I like LinkedIn comments, YouTube comments, and Facebook comments all working on StreamYard. However, I'm going to reach out to Ecamm and ask them if there's anything that I've done wrong or if there's any way they can actually get that to work, because if StreamYard can make LinkedIn comments come through, then certainly I have no doubt in my mind that Ecamm can pull it off as well. So that's one thing I'm going to look at. The other thing is that I like StreamYard for my guest. Now, if I'm going to solo stream, not a big deal. Ecamm all the way right now. But if I'm going to stream with a external guest, this idea that they either can only have one of two options. They're going to see me with no overlays whatsoever on top of the they're just going to see myself, and they're going to see a little window of themselves when it seems like they can toggle me on top of them or vice versa. But and all of that will be out without a delay. But if I decide to show them the broadcast so that they're able to see the overlays I'm putting on the screen, just like I have Greg's comment right here below if I want them to be able to see a screen share that I'm doing, or if I'm sharing a video. They are not able to see any of that. But if I actually do choose to send them the broadcast, when they're talking, they're going to see their own voice delayed from what they're actually seeing in their mouth, and that is distracting. And I've heard about that even before this came on. So those are my thoughts. Now, one of the things that I do notice is I wonder, because Greg has commented and there's a bunch of other comments. By the way, everybody else, keep commenting as long as you're on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you're on LinkedIn, try to comment, but more than likely, I'm not going to see it here. We've tried twice and it's not working. So if you are on LinkedIn and you are trying to comment and interact with me, just know that I'm not seeing those here on Ecamm Live. If you want to join me over on my YouTube channel or my Facebook profile, I'm youtube.com/CliffRavenscraft, or I am facebook.com/CliffRavenscraft. So feel free to interact with me there. All right. Now, one of the things that I do have here on my Stream Deck, by the way, to answer your question, Greg, I'm almost certain that I'm going to force myself to like Ecamm Live better, because there are so many little things that I can do that I can't do on StreamYard. And even though there's some things that are better on StreamYard right now in my mind, there's so many more little intricate things that I want to do. One of the things that I love about this platform, let me, by the way, I'm going to hit hide comment, and I need to go up here and, let's see, do this. Okay. So one of the things that I do love is that I can actually show my screen, and I'm just going to go here and show my screen. And this is automatically showing you what I have open. So it's automatically going to show you whatever my active app of choice is. So I can, right now I'm going to put that over here. This is my drafts app, but then I can come back over to, this is Chrome, and it automatically blacks out the background. You're not seeing the rest of my desktop. I can actually resize this, and it's automatically cropping this for the screen share. StreamYard does not do that. So automatically, hands down, I would say the answer to your question, Greg, is, while I'm tempted to say StreamYard simply due to familiarity and the live guest view of things, when it comes down to what I'm able to send out to the viewers, what I'm able to get into the recorder or into the recording, and how I'm able to switch from, the side-by-side and put lower thirds there and go straight to my guest and put a lower third there, and then come back to myself and put a lower third over here and back. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up liking Ecamm a lot more, especially when I become very familiar with it. But yet I still will have some thoughts that there are some things about StreamYard that are just better. Yeah. And another thing that I like about StreamYard, and I just want to state this for the record, and where StreamYard definitely has one up on Ecamm, and that is when you are doing a live stream with other guests, you can tell it to record a local recording of their HD video, their high quality audio. Before it is streamed to you, it's recorded locally in the browser, and afterwards it will or during the stream, and then if it hasn't finished already, afterwards it'll finish uploading their local version. And there have been a number of times when I've had to rely on that, and the streamed version kind of cut out a couple times during the live stream, and of course that's recorded as well with everything automatically mixed. But then I was able to go get their raw camera and audio, my raw camera and audio, all of that from StreamYard, and then I was able to do the mix afterwards. So there are some things I like about StreamYard better. All right, there you go. By the way, Greg Bailey says, I'm watching on Facebook. I wonder, so this is the thing. I noticed that in my Stream Deck button option, so I'm going to write this down. So Stream Deck comments. There is show last comment, and then there is hide comments. But I wonder, and then my question is, why no next comment? And maybe it's there, maybe I'm not sure, I don't know. But what I'd like to have is just go to the, show me the next comment. But right now I have to do this manually, so I'm not able to use the Stream Deck interface. Let's see here. Amazing DJ Scoob says I'm here still, awesome. And Terry Wilson is in the house. I'm on YouTube here. Looks good, Terry. Thank you, my friend. Awesome to see you. And Adam says, and okay, now this right here. Thank you, Adam, for sending me a longer comment, because this right here is okay. If I had my glasses on, matter of fact, if I do this, I think I can actually see it. The marker adds a mark in, so I'd have to go like the, okay, the marker adds a mark. Now, if I look over here, I'm able to see this. The marker adds a mark in the time code doc. If you want to remember something important important happens for the post show edit. Okay. By the way, that's not Adam's typing skills or wording, phrasing. It's just my ability to see without my glasses or contacts. And you might ask, Cliff, why don't you wear your contacts or your glasses? I happen to have this scenario where when I am reading up close, or when I'm normally at a normal distance from my computer screen, I see just fine. I just can't see things far away. And I'm just far enough away from my computer screen to where it's rough to see it. My teleprompter is even smaller. Now, I don't know, is there anything that I can do? Oh, no way. Okay, so I can actually make comments bigger. Okay, now that is cool. So let's do that and then bring this down. Okay. Well, maybe I just want it that way. Now, if I do that, so now I can read this. The marker adds a mark in the timecode doc if you want to remember where something important happens for the post-show edit. Okay, I do remember reading that now that you've pointed that out, so thank you for bringing that up. I'm wondering, I might even be able to bring this even larger that way, and then let's center that there. So I kind of like that right there. If I was doing this, I would lose that if I do that. So I'd have to go here. Oh, and it doesn't sit. Okay. So it's scene by scene. So it's not gonna do this whole thing. Okay. All right. So let me hide this comment, but if I come back over here, that comment is probably still there. Okay. So I'm gonna have to actually go in and adjust the comment section per thing, per scene, it seems. I don't think it's going to stay persistent. So for example, if I close this comment and then come over here and I go and bring that comment up again, yeah, it brings it that way. However, I think if I just go ahead and do it here, so if I just do it that way, and I got to figure out, okay, this thing should show me where center is. Okay, well, that shows me the guide to the left. It's not, okay, so it's not giving me the center thing like it did before, and it's probably because I'm on a split screen. That's fine. I can just eyeball this thing. There we go. I'm just going to put it right there, and at least it's still big enough that I can see it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hide comments, and if I go back over here and do that, and I'm gonna let's see here, show last comment. Okay, so that's the last comment, but it's not the next comment, and it's not the one I was just showing. Okay, got it. All right, so here's what Terry's comment looks like if I've had comments set bigger. Okay, so there's that, and then we've got that. All right. All right, so thank you for that, Adam. I'm glad to know what the marker is for, and there may be times where it would be helpful for me to hit that marker a couple times, and then I'll just go and look for that timestamp. So I appreciate that. Terry says, how is this compared to OBS? I haven't used OBS since, oh gosh, 2014. It would have been the summer of 2014 was the last time I tried OBS. And back then, OBS was a huge pain in the butt trying to get it configured with, what were we using back then? It was Blackmagic, intensity, extreme capture devices, and things like. I know that OBS has changed a lot since then, so just know that my own experience with OBS is way outdated, so I could not give you any reasonable feedback on that today. I'm sure that OBS is amazing today compared to what it used to be. Yeah, so great question. Unfortunately, I have nothing to offer you there. Adam says, Doc Rock has been a fill-in guest on MacBreak Weekly with Leo Laporte many times. Yes, I actually know Doc Rock very well, so I can reach out to him. I've got Laura Petrucci, who is also very closely connected to Ecamm. So I've got some close personal friends in my network who can help me figure out and get all this. That's one of the things that I do like about Ecamm is that I don't just have to rely on the support department over there. I've got some close personal friends who either can show me how to do what it is that I'm just not knowing how to do on my own, or if it's not possible, I can bend some ears and maybe get some things programmed. Anyway, moving on to Adam's next thing. He says, you can set the comments to auto hide after a set time. I am aware of that. I did see that, and that is a good feature. I kind of like to leave them up while I'm addressing them for a little while, so I kind of like to have the manual thing on that. And of course, I always have this button right here that allows me to manually shut those off whenever I want. I just wish it had the ability to turn on the I want. Right now, all I see in the Stream Deck integration is it says show last comment, so it's the most recent comment that's just come in, and then there is hide comments. And I love that both of those are there. I just wish it had the ability to show current, or the most recent displayed comment, or the current comment that I'm actually on. So for example, I'd love to be able to hide it, but then press a button to unhide what I just hid, if you know what I'm saying. And then I would love a button that just has, okay, go to the next comment in the queue. But right now I don't see that, so I have to do it manually like this. And Greg Bailey says, doesn't seem like a big deal for the slide presentations, but to share desktop or what you've got open, that's a bigger deal maybe. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I am absolutely loving the fact that when I do a screen share, I'm able to go straight to an application, and if the window's smaller or whatever, it automatically crops to a 16:9 image. It is a much better integration of screen sharing on Ecamm than StreamYard. So that's something I definitely love. All right, Sam says, I am watching on Facebook too. Sam, thank you so much. Glad to have you out there. And then Adam says, Ecamm Live can record isolated audio and video tracks if you turn it on. It's turned off by default. So yes, Adam, I am aware of that. But just for everyone out there, there is a distinct difference when it comes to StreamYard recording individual tracks and Ecamm. So Ecamm is going to record what the guest is streaming to me. And yes, it will record locally here on my hard drive a isolated video and isolated audio, actually video and audio, and then an isolated audio track, if I turn that on, of what they stream to me. But it is still dependent. The quality is going to be what I received on my end, which means that if there's some packet loss and a little bit of a distorted audio here and there, then the isolated track is going to have that. Whereas StreamYard, which sometimes I do have some guests with some lower bandwidth, What'll happen is in those scenarios, the live stream will have the skipped audio and the frozen video every now and then. But the isolated video and audio tracks recorded by StreamYard are actually what was recorded on their computer in their browser locally, and that gets uploaded in the background. Sometimes if their internet's slow, once we've ended the live stream, they have to stick around for an extra 5-10 minutes. That's only 5-10 minutes if it's really, really a slow connection. But it's still, if they do stick around, it'll upload the whole HD version, and StreamYard allows me to download that from their servers. And so that is a big difference between Ecamm's isolated tracks and StreamYard's. Let's see here. Adam says you can set up custom buttons on the Stream Deck to show the next and most recent comment. Thank you for confirming that, Adam. I did assume that would be a possibility. I was at least hoping it would be a possibility. It's not a part of their standard buttons in the thing, but I guess if there's some keystrokes, I'll be able to program those in. And so I will definitely be on the lookout for that information. So I thank you so much for confirming that it is possible. Those buttons will be getting there. So you can set custom buttons. So the next and the most recent. Yeah. I'm gonna look into those. Then Sam says, I guess they will improve with time based upon your feedback. Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Sam. And it's not just me, but StreamYard's been around, or I'm sorry, Ecamm has been around for a very long time. So has StreamYard, for that matter. And both of them are always improving over time. One of the things that I would love to do is I would love to see them kind of have some feature parity. So one of the things that I've done is, let's see here. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to come to Greg Bailey in just a moment. So I was just reading his comment ahead of time. So let's see here. This was Sam. So Sam is talking about one of the things that I decided to do is I went ahead and signed up for a pro account with Ecamm Live for the next year and paid in full. And I was going to cancel my StreamYard, but then through some connection with them and conversation, I was convinced to stay. I won't give you all the details of why I chose to stay, but I am going to have an account with both. It's kind of nice because Stephanie's going to be doing some live streaming on her own. And this is one thing I will say for anybody who's interested in following all this testing between Ecamm Live and StreamYard. I believe StreamYard, for someone like my wife who is less technically inclined, she, by her own admission, I'm not saying anything about her that she wouldn't say about herself. So she could probably handle StreamYard, no worries whatsoever, which is great because she's going to start doing some live streams of her own as she records her podcast live from now on. And I just think StreamYard would be a much easier piece of software for her to manage and maneuver around. Whereas Ecamm Live, I think, could be a bit weighty. Now, with that being said, she could probably do Ecamm Live just fine if she wasn't trying to do all the crazy stuff that I want to be able to do with Ecamm. So I think I believe either one of them Stephanie could manage, but I think StreamYard, just running it from a browser, probably the easiest for her to learn right out of the gate. All right. All right, let's see what we got here from Greg. Let's see. Greg Bailey. I have been on with you on Facebook, then LinkedIn, now YouTube. Better video and audio quality is on YouTube. Yes. YouTube does allow for high quality 1080p streaming. I might even be able to do 4K streaming, quite frankly, although I'm using a 1080p camera, so I'm not. But I do have a 4K. Easy. I have a 4K webcam. There we go. That I could use. So anyway, not seeing LinkedIn comments which I made is an issue. Yes, that is definitely an issue, and it's one that I am definitely going to be talking to Ecamm about. StreamYard is excellent, says Adam Tinkoff. He says, and easier for most people to use. Ecamm Live is complex, but not like OBS. Yes, I do remember OBS. OBS is incredibly complex. But one of the good things about complexity with that is the ability to configure just about anything and everything you want. Some of the things that I like about what do you call it? Just the different things. Like, I'm just going to play with this here for just a moment. I'm going to open up my trash can, which is here, and I'm going to go to my downloads folder. So if I'm not mistaken, and I know that I'm on my scene, should I do a different scene? I need to see if I can actually find show my scenes window, and I'm going to create a new scene, because if I don't create a new scene, I'm going to mess up my scenes that I have set here. So let me click here, and I'm going to click a brand new scene, test only scene. All right. So okay. So now I am in the test only scene, I believe. New scene. Solo shot. Why is that not showing? Oh, I have to hit enter. That's why. Okay. Am I in the new scene yet? Test only scene. Got it. All right. So now that I'm in the test only scene, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to throw an image over top here. Now, I think you're still hearing me. So, by the way, if you could just type in, yes, I see the image only and still hear you, that would be great. So, and again, I'm only seeing comments, by the way, from YouTube and Facebook at this point. However, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I can just drag an image here, and I believe I can just drag an image here, and I could be doing this side by side. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I could just drag all sorts of other things, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to go over to documents, and do I have? Let's see. So if I have lower thirds, can I drag a video? Okay, I drag a video, but I don't see the video. I hear the video, but I don't see it. And by the way, let's see here. Where are we at? Okay, so Adam says, rock solid. You sound good. Thank you. Sam says, yes, I see the image and still hear you. I think this is Greg Bailey, says, yes, I see the test screen and hear you. Thank you so much. Cool. So, I mean, I could play around with all sorts of things. And I'm pretty sure if I wanted to, I could change this to where it's not just that, but it could make it a circle, if I'm not mistaken. So, okay, so I could play around with the borders on there, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I could do other things. So blend mode, transition, corner, radius, border, shape. So if I wanted to, I could put myself in a circle right here. And can I do a screen share? Okay, so let's do current application. So I'm going to show you, let's see here. How do I do that? Okay, so now I don't know how to do this because it seems like the image. Okay, so the image overlay is an issue. So how do I get rid of this image overlay? Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so this is how I could actually be doing, you know what, and I can even change, instead of doing that, I want this. There's me and there's me. Okay, so let's get rid of this. And then also, can't I just go in here and, if I'm not mistaken, I could do some other things, like I should be able to zoom in. That's what I want to do. So I could zoom in and do this, and then I could put me there. There we go. So hello. All right, and yeah, and I can move that off now, and yeah. So, and then I come over to here, and then if I want to, I can move me over here while I'm doing that. And oh, that's me watching me on LinkedIn. And there's me waving. So let's see here. Anyway, I mean, it's fun stuff to play with. It is definitely more advanced. Oh, look, there's me in the window and me up here. Woo! Anyway, that's kind of crazy. All right, let me go back to my regular scene. So there's my regular scene. Regular scene is here. This is me here. This is my regular scene over here, and it's got my lower third right there, which I can throw my lower third down. I can come over here, and I could do that. Now, wait a second. What is this? Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so the talking head and screen share is kind of nice. There is Ryan says hosting interviews is super simple too. We were talking about that earlier, Ryan. One of the issues about interviews is the fact that the guest gets a delay if you choose to show them the broadcast. If you want to be able to like show a video, or if you want to show a screen share, or if you want the guest to be able to see the comment overlay like this right here, then you'd have to actually show them the broadcast, and then they see themselves, their voice is delayed by a half a second or so. But I do know that you can get rid of the delay by turning broadcast on, and that way they're not distracted by that delay in their voice, but they're just only going to see the host camera in that case instead of what's being broadcast out to the audience, which may or may not be a big issue. It depends, as long as you know it ahead of time. And then Ryan says, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable with how the comments look here, and I love the fact that, I'm able to move the comments around. I love that I can actually change the size of my comments on the fly. I can move my comments up here, and if I'm having a hard time reading them, I can make that, really big. I'm really enjoying Ecamm Live. The Ecamm Live comments is superior over StreamYard comments, hands down. And the interview does work, and that's good. Okay, I think I've tested everything I want to test out today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. If anybody's interested, I did apply for an Ecamm affiliate program, so I should be hearing about that here soon if anybody wants to sign up. Eventually, I'll create like mindsetanswerman.com/Ecamm Live. But I don't have that yet, so it'd probably be Monday I should hear back. And then Adam says, just wait until you... Okay, so here's one where I've changed it, so I want to make that bigger. There we go, and I'll move it right there. Just wait until you discover that you can use the green screen on the graphic overlays, even for videos, graphics, or presentations. Cool. I'll be interested to see and hear more, Adam, about what that means. I know that I won't be using green screen stuff here, but I think I understand what you mean by putting some graphic overlays, and so I would be able to put like a product image without the background of that product or something. And I would be able to have that kind of just floating in this space over here. I do see that I'm going to like Ecamm Live overall. Certainly for a solo stream, hands down. Certainly if I bring Stephanie into my studio, hands down. But with a remote guest, I'm not yet sold on the fact that I'll like Ecamm Live more than StreamYard. I still see some potential benefits of StreamYard for a live co-hosted live stream or interview for a podcast, mostly due to the fact that it records locally on their browser and uploads that to the servers, and I can have a pure, clean HD signal and clean audio from them that's not been streamed to me. So that's the big thing. But I do like the fact that I can actually have my lower third, the lower thirds programmed per scene. I also wonder if I can actually get to where the comments overlay would be overall. Could I do the comments to where the comments is the overall everything? Anyway, lots of thoughts. Guys, all right, I'm done. Thank you all so much. If you've been following me on LinkedIn and you've been commenting along the way, my sincere apologies for not being able to engage and interact with you. Stephanie and I will be here on the internet tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I believe, for Family from the Heart. We're going to be doing it where Stephanie's going to be upstairs in her office and I'm going to be down here. And we're going to do it through live stream or through Ecamm. And we're going to test it out. Ultimately, probably when we do a co-hosted live stream together, I might see if I can't set this studio space up to where it makes sense for Stephanie and I to be here in the same studio, and we can do multicams right here locally. But we'll see. We're playing around. For us, it's this is just having fun, creating content, sharing our lives, being a source of entertainment, education, encouragement, and inspiration. That's what this is all about for us. It doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, really, really enjoying the new functionality of Ecamm Live, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, I encourage you to take everything you do to the next level. Oh, wait, you know what? That's one thing I do want to do. Hold on. I want to find... Okay, so I created a shot. So I'm going to create a scene. No, I don't want to do that. I want to delete that scene. Type hotkey to cancel. Okay, so that scene I want to delete. Okay, delete that scene. Oh, I don't know that I meant to delete that scene. All right, let me see if I still have my thing. So this is scene 1. This is still me here. That would be Stephanie. That would be us side by side. Okay, I don't think okay. I didn't accidentally delete the wrong thing, but I do want to, can I duplicate this scene? No. Copy of solo shot. Okay, I'm going to disappear again. Anyway. Let's see here. Bring that back up. Bring that back up. There is, so where is that video? Anyway, I'm not going to do it. It is what it is. All right. I'm just going to say bye. Talk to you all later.